So I'm here to say all lives matter. You know, a lot of times we get stuck. We get stuck, and we're followers. When you hear one person say, Black Lives Matters or Blue Lives Matters, all lives matters. And what I learned from boxing, what everyone can take in real life, is follow directions, follow order. Don't get nobody no hard time, because my thing is this, with everybody that's watching this interview and that's listening, because this interview will be played long when I'm gone. When someone breaking your house or someone breaking your car, the first thing we do is we call the police. You know, with me being a fighter and my hands being registered, if I hit a guy for breaking in my house or breaking in my car, it's gonna cost me more money. So I got to work smarter, not harder. I'm gonna call the cops. So, and it's not right what's going on within this world on both sides. I think we need to communicate better, and I think we need to follow direction. It's rules and regulations to everything.
Now, what does he mean by that? A lot of people said. Now, everybody knows me and Floyd Mayweather, real cool. We are brothers. Nothing in this world gonna ever change that. But I do not agree with his statement on he's there to talk about all lives matter. I understand what he's trying to say. He's trying to say, look, when things go wrong and somebody come to your house, you call the cops, right? Somebody break in there and steal something. So he's trying to do both sides of the fence, but he's misunderstanding what they mean. And I understand what he's talking about, where people are just followers. You know, if somebody come out and say something, they just follow it. It reminds me of the movie SFW, which stands for So Effing What. When that movie came out and that phrase was used, it became a worldwide phenomenon. They were a big thing, a big sensation, and he just said it because that's what he felt. Like, man, so effing what? Man, this, no matter what you do, you go to work, though, what does it matter in the real world? So effing what? So it became a movement that they marketed around the world. So effing what, man? You got it all figured out, dude. They don't even know what he meant. Nothing. They just made their own interpretation of what it meant. So they wanted him to give a speech one day. And the girl stood up and shot him and said, everything matters. Then she became the new it thing. Everything matters, dude. Everything matters. And then everything matters, and she was, as they were taking her to jail, she was the radical revolutionary woman to stand up to so effing what. And he was glad because he was finally free from having the public follow him around and ask him stuff. He was just wanted to go back to living a normal life anyway. But now it became the Everything Matters movement. Same thing here. Black Lives Matter movement start. Somebody has to create something to try to counteract it with all lives matter, man. Not just black lives. But what you're missing is we should never have to say Black Lives Matter. That should not even be the case. Why do we feel the need to have to say Black Lives Matter? Because what is happening around the world is showing you all lives don't seem to matter. Because if all lives matter, we shouldn't have to say that either, right? Why do we have to say all lives matter? Because obviously one particular race is not being represented in that group of all lives matter. So I don't understand how anybody could be against Black Lives Matter, period. How could you be against it? Do they use propaganda or certain things and blow it out of proportion, like the Colin Kaepernick situation? Absolutely. Because I don't agree with what Kaepernick did, because I understood what he did it for and how it spiraled out of control. See, I look at the situation. I don't look at the news and let them sensationalize the movement and all this stuff that he started and All these other people, they just followers because everybody else is doing it. Like the ice water challenge. Oh, we're going to dump ice cold water and then I'm going to nominate you to go and do the ice water challenge. Do you see anybody doing that this year? All them people that cared so much about cancer. Why they not dumping buckets of ice water on themselves now? You see? Where are those people at today? All those celebrities. So I understand what Floyd means. They're going to attack him because they're feeling like, what happened with you in your situation? When they kept arresting you. Wasn't all lives matter then? When they kept taking you to jail for absolutely nothing. Every time you was doing something, they arresting you in the casino, taking you to jail, won't let you in on your own property. I wouldn't hear you saying the police are the greatest people in the world back then. When Pacquiao was getting all that praise, and they were looking out for him and for you, it was always an obstacle. Wasn't all lives matter then? It wasn't like, hey, we all got to work it out on both sides. There's problems on both sides. Really? Because I rarely see black folks killing the police. Where's that at? Where's the problem on that side? No, see, the problem is, Floyd, because you are my brother, I can talk to you like this. Here's the problem. The problem is neither side wants to listen or hear what the other person has to say because this is an economic problem. You see, the economics of the United States has dwindled due to the tech boom market. Okay? Once the tech boom started, it put all the banks were exposed because of the housing market scam. It was a time bomb that was waiting to go off. You've seen the staple of this country with jobs like GM, U.S. Steel, all these people that had 30,000 employees, all these major companies. You saw Radio Shack close down. You saw Circuit City close down. You can't go to any of these shops anymore and get business. Even Best Buy is slowly closing down most of its locations. And everything started to go online. Oh, you got to order it from online. Don't come in the store. Online is where it is. So if everybody's wholesaling and no one's making anything, what's going to happen to these people's jobs? Oh, that's jobs got to get cut. Oh, that guy's got to get out of here. Oh, we can't have him do this. Oh, we can't have such and such do that. We got a machine that does that now. Yeah, we used to have 6 people working on the line. We got this little automated thing and they can get it done. They don't have to take a lunch break. The machine just keeps making it itself. So what happened to their jobs? They're cut. You ever go to those call center jobs? Now when you call people, they got automated service. Yeah, we cut them in half. They're cut in half. And then when you do get hired there, the call center tell you to tell the people to go online, and so they don't have to call in to put you out of a job. Oh yeah. So what you have is an economic bubble that's going to explode and put all these people out of work, which can't pay their mortgage, which was the safest investment in the world. And now these people who didn't have a lot of credit or barely could make their payments, now they're out of work. Those jobs that they used to have don't exist anymore. So that pay level that was giving them 45 plus a year, they're now going to 24. Because there's no more jobs at 45. So now, what they're going to do, they're going to show you the people that's getting paid the same amount of money for the same jobs, the engineering jobs. If they're black, they're getting paid less. Why is that? All lives matter. If all lives matter, why the blacks are being paid less for the same paying jobs as the whites? You still think it's a problem on both sides? No, it's a problem on one side. That's the problem. Blacks don't want to harm whites. They can care less. They want to be by themselves. They don't care to interact. They'll be more than fine and happy by themselves, living a productive life. They want to make you think blacks are just naturally violent people and they naturally want to do drugs and gangbang. That's not true. Blacks work hard just like everybody else. If they were getting paid the right amount of money, which they've shown. And there's areas where blacks are predominantly have good jobs and have homes. They don't have crime. Why would they commit crime? They have jobs. They send their kids to school. They go to the community centers. They dress nice. They're productive people of society. So it's not about that. It's about when you put people in poor living conditions, they have no jobs, they have nothing else there's out there for them, you're not paying them right, they got to struggle to pay their bills, they got to live in dangerous neighborhoods now because they can't afford to live where they used to live when they work, where their education level, what they went to college for and spent all this money for, is there. Now you have all these other college kids who came out and can't get a job. They're working at a supermarket to try to pay back the thousands of dollars they owe in student loans that they're never going to get out of. You got the credit cards charging people 25% interest on the credit cards, on some of them if you're lucky, and they're able to get away with it. The banks are making all the money back off that, and the fact that you can't manage your money and you have no jobs. This country has lost jobs and it has killed this country. So if there's only so many slots, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to protect their own and leave everybody else out to dry. But all lives matter? All lives matter. When they start showing and proving all lives matter, then you can say all lives matter. But if one side is not showing that, and we've been showing the door times and times again, countless times, and you know this, you're smarter than that. You know better. You come from this. You've seen it. Every time you did something on ESPN, what did they do to you? They besmirched your entire career to crown somebody who's from a whole nother country, and you represented the United States. And you know why that is. But all lives matter. So, as I speak to my brother, hopefully he watches this video, he understands that I say this to him because he should know better. Which I know he do, but I understand that he probably got things twisted and he wanted to say he support the people, he understands what's going on, but let's not forget, we all need to get along type speech. But if we all not getting along because something is wrong, we have to address the issue at hand. And the issue is, why is this happening? Why do these people have the green light to do this? And the reason why the police officers are killing the blacks is because no repercussion is coming behind it. Now, if they see cops are going to jail for 25 to 50 years in jail, they're going to be a little bit more careful about pulling that trigger. But if you you know the black cops ain't doing it because they know they don't have the protection the white cops got. But all lives matter, right? Black cop, white cop, right? Shouldn't be no difference. But he ain't protected like that. He knows he get convicted, he getting 25 to life. So he's going to be a little reluctant with shooting a white guy. That guy would have to literally be shooting back at him to get shot. But all lives matter. The reason why these things happen is because the internet became what it was. It is the gift and the curse of us all. It has become a trading system to where you don't have to see the person, you don't have to know the person and have some package come from point A to point B and delivered on your doorstep. And the businesses are the middlemen. There are people who are making complete livings online and they have no products whatsoever via this YouTube. Prime example. What you watching right now. This video right here is earning revenue for somebody. Whether it's $3, $4, $5, some revenue is happening without any goods of service going through except for the words that are pouring out of my mouth. Google is making more money off of it probably than I am in the long run. Or news that'll probably be forgotten about in another day. And that's how it works. It's a revolving door. This video will be great for this day only on October 10th, 2016. Even though I told you a lot of very good information on here, a lot of people are not going to grasp it. And this video will fade into existence and go into the vault or the cloud or whatever they're going to be using now for YouTube's servers. Now, we're done with that. If you want to subscribe, do so. Want to talk to me, go to Twitter at Karceno on Twitter, rather. And Instagram, I'm at Karceno. I'm out.